She yanked me by the hair so hard I tasted blood. "Parasites like you drain real families," she spat, shoving me out the door. My husband just stood there, head lowered, eyes on the floor. He didn't flinch, didn't speak. I didn't scream, I didn't beg. I straightened my blouse, wiped the smear of crimson from my lip, and walked into the night like nothing had happened. Silence was sharper than any weapon. By dawn, her house, her pride, her fortress, belonged to me, paid in full with the money she thought I didn't have. The same morning, men in suits walked through her gates with papers stamped in red: seized, official, irrevocable. That's when her precious son realized what I already knew. He had been living off my debts for years. When I first met Daniel, I thought he was steady, kind, the sort of man who filled a room without noise. He told me he loved that I didn't need much. I mistook that for admiration. What he meant was, I wouldn't ask questions. His mother hated me from the start. "Women like her trap men like you," she warned him when she thought I couldn't hear. He held my hand tighter, promised me he'd never let anyone treat me like less. I wanted to believe him. Back then, I worked long nights in silence, typing until my wrists ached. Clients I never met, payments wired under names no one in his family ever knew. I built an empire in secret, $60,000 a month. Not glamorous work, but it was mine. Independence hidden in plain sight. Daniel never asked where the new furniture came from or why the mortgage cleared early. He smiled and let me handle the bills. I thought it was trust. It was negligence. The cracks appeared slowly. First, calls from banks, missed payments, accounts I never opened. Then, envelopes stuffed into drawers, letters half burned in the fireplace. I found one by accident. A credit line under my name, signed in his. His handwriting, sloppy and rushed. I confronted him once. He swore it was a mistake, a mix-up, kissed my forehead, told me not to worry. I played along, lips still, eyes still. But inside, something snapped. I started watching, tracking. Every late night he claimed to work, I logged into accounts I shouldn't have had access to. Every bar receipt he left in his jacket, I traced. What I uncovered wasn't just carelessness, it was years of rot. He had stacked debt like firewood, feeding on my credit, my name. And his mother? She encouraged it. A wife's duty is to provide. Real men don't chase money. They thought I was blind. They mistook silence for weakness. The night his mother dragged me out was the final insult. Her nails clawed at my scalp as she hurled me into the street. Neighbors watched, curtains twitched. Daniel didn't lift a finger. His silence was permission. His silence was betrayal. I didn't cry. I didn't curse. I walked away. That night, I filed the final documents. I liquidated assets they didn't know existed. I bought the house in her name with her own debt tethered to it. My lawyer smirked when I signed. They'll never see this coming. Morning. I stood across the street, coffee in hand, while officials swarmed her garden. The brass plaque with her family's name was unscrewed, clattering to the pavement. She screamed, voice raw, demanding answers. Daniel stumbled beside her, face pale, hair disheveled. He looked like a child caught stealing candy. "She pointed at me. She did this." I didn't deny it. I only raised my cup, met her eyes, and smiled. That's when Daniel broke. "Mom, it's her money, always was." Her face collapsed. She realized then the vacations, the cars, the roof over her head, none of it came from her son. It was me. The parasite she despised had been feeding her all along. He begged me later, found me in the apartment I rented under my maiden name. He dropped to his knees, tears streaking. "Please, we can fix this. I love you." Love, a word he'd wrung dry. I leaned down, brushed his cheek with the back of my hand like he was something fragile. "You don't love me. You loved what I could give you." He sobbed. I shut the door. Revenge isn't fire. It's ice, slow, precise. It seeps into cracks until the whole structure shatters. I didn't ruin them with rage. I ruined them with math, with patience, with silence. His mother calls me a thief now, says I stole what was hers. But the truth is simpler. I only reclaimed what was already mine. Every dollar, every stone in that house, every comfort they flaunted, paid for by my hidden hands. Now I sit in peace. No shouting, no slammed doors. Just quiet, the kind I've earned. And sometimes, late at night, I think back to her voice, shrill with fury. "Parasites like you drain real families." She was right in a way. I drained them completely.